Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show with me, Kavita Thaplayal. After almost a year of downturn, the spark seems to be back in the cryptocurrency world. Crypto markets seem to be rising once again. Will this spell the end of the crypto winter? Are cryptocurrencies set to find favor among investors? Let's discuss all of this with Sathvik Vishwanath, co-founder, CEO, Unocoin, and Ajeet Khurana, founder of Reflexical. Good evening. Welcome to the show. So Ajeet, you've been a long-term investor in crypto and specifically talking about Bitcoin. So what are we looking at? $1 lakh now?
The word long term is what we are looking at. What I'm trying to point out is that if you had invested any time before Jan 21, Jan of 2021, you are at a profit today, right? If you had invested 3 years ago of this very date, you are at more than 3 times the profit. However, if you were unfortunate enough to invest on 10th of November 2021, when the price hit 69,000, you're down 60%. So it goes back to the same story, which I think, Kavita, not just for Bitcoin, but probably for all asset classes, you must have said before, that these sort of assets are suitable, volatile assets are suitable for investment. Trading is very, very dangerous. So what we are looking at now, I think, is that with the interest rate scenario being what it is, where we are now not worried about significant interest rate hike by the Federal Reserve, if any, I think that we are now on the threshold of, at worst, sideways movement. And then when the liquidity in the market sorts itself out, we could even see an upturn, significant upturn. The number of 100K in the next bull market, whenever that happens, seems very realistic.
Sathvik, your take on this? Time to become an investor in cryptocurrencies now?
Yeah, I definitely think so as well. So I am in this industry since 2012. So like how Ajit says, apart from a few quarters of investment in the entire, more than 10 years timeline, though it has given multiple hundreds of percents of return in the past. So now again, if you see the bull run, so we had once in 2013 and then in 17 and then in 21. So as everyone is most likely predicting that it depends upon the halving cycle. So if that is true, then we should be having it maybe in about 18 months, 24 months. That's what it looks like. And in between these bull runs, there is some bearish market and then some a quite stable market. I mean, I think that we are in that stable market duration right now.
So, just to understand the way forward now, Ajeet, what are the key triggers, even if we are talking about crypto winter ending? I mean, it's the same kind of triggers and events that are driving the stock markets and other financial asset classes, right? Anything apart from this, anything more significant that's specifically driving crypto and especially Bitcoin?
Yes. So as far as the crypto winter in the Indian context is concerned, we are probably in the late month of January or February, which means the winter is going away, but people are still not thinking whether they should put their sweaters away because it is still feeling slightly cold. So I think that is exactly where we are. Bitcoin prices, crypto prices in general, move because of either crypto market characteristics or broader market characteristics. This time it is all about the broader market, with the US going absolutely ballistic with its interest rate hike. However, there are internal crypto characteristics also. For instance, the total money in the cryptocurrency market, as well as that of surrounding institutions such as exchanges, custodians, etc., tends to be denominated in cryptocurrency itself. So just take the case that suppose you had a $1 billion market cap or a $1 billion revenue, and nothing has changed except the price of Bitcoin relative to the dollar is now a third. So suddenly you have only a 300 million market cap, which looks very different than a billion. So at this point of time, variety of large crypto players have had to lay off people. New projects are not getting funded with any amount of enthusiasm, though funding is happening, but there is no enthusiasm in the funding space. So there is definitely a downturn. And also when the upswing starts, there will be a lot of people who will want to then start selling and booking their profits. So the headwinds are very much there. It is just that the cyclone is over.
So obviously, it makes sense if you're a long-term investor to put money when there is a downturn. This should be considered as an opportunity. So Sathvik, looking at this particular phase as an opportunity, you think it's time to pick up the right kind of tokens, and what tokens would you recommend, or you think it makes sense if you're a long-term investor to put money and then earn profit?
Generally speaking, the wealth managers from developer countries suggest to go up to like 5 to 10% of their total portfolio into crypto, and not like you should put all the money into crypto alone. It's not like all eggs goes into one basket. But then after deciding how much money one should want to take the exposure in crypto, they again have to divide that particular money into different categories. So again, I would say, I would always recommend at least 50% in Bitcoin, just because of the fact that it is less volatile as compared to other crypto assets. And just in case if other crypto assets will not give the required return, there is a good chance that as Bitcoin price increases over a period of time, that's what we have seen so far, at least one will be able to take their money back at some point of time. Okay. So after 50%, then generally people go with different altcoins like Ether and Ripple and various other coins. So here, obviously, doing the research is one of the best idea for someone, even though it is easy said than done. But that is the only way it can be handled. So the new tokens and coins keeps coming almost every single day. So for one to become a good investor in this particular industry, in this particular sector, they have to spend quite a bit amount of time. So there are also some kind of mutual fund like products from various companies, which people will also be able to utilize. So where they would have basketed multiple tokens and coins, which they'll be able to buy at one shot without really bothering about little pieces. So I think that's the only thing, like where some research has already taken place, or else, yeah, if one is considering doing their own research, then yeah, they have to literally spend a lot of time, at least a couple of hours every day, to understand so much of coins and tokens to know what they want to do.
Ajeet, what's your take on this? Time to invest in Bitcoin more or any other crypto token?
Regulatory imperative and risk is a huge risk factor in cryptocurrency compared to any other asset class. It is very interesting to see that Gary Gensler, the head of the Securities and Exchange Commission in the US, has been going after crypto, but not after Bitcoin. In fact, he is not even willing to publicly state that Ethereum is not a security, but he has no negative things to say about Bitcoin. So that makes a good bull case for Bitcoin specifically. 3 very quick sentences about warnings. Number 1, there is now an advent of AI-based crypto tokens. While AI goes very well with blockchain, but a lot of these AI-based crypto tokens, I think, are dubious and are just trying to ride the wave of AI as it has become popular. Point number 2, unlike other asset classes, in crypto, we see a lot of projects actually shut shop with relatively little warning. So if we are still not out of the crypto winter, make sure that at least the project that you're going to invest in not just has strong technical characteristics, but has fundamentals that can survive. And lastly, I would say that the research that Sathvik talked about is the key. If you find you're unable to do research, probably you should stay away from the asset class. If you want to take a slight exposure, take such an exposure that you want to cry if you lose that money, and stick to the largest of caps, probably Bitcoin alone.
All right. I think that will be all. Thank you so much, Sathvik and Ajeet, for helping our viewers on their strategies going ahead for cryptos. We will move on, and there are